Welcome back to this week's episode of Embracing Randomness. So we're taking another look at A Link to the Past because I saw there's a mode called Triforce Hunt where instead of Ganon being the final boss, it's a hunt for 20 pieces of cheese to get the full Triforce piece. You turn that in and you go straight to the Triforce chamber and beat the game. I've also added Keysanity onto this. So small keys, big keys, everything in a dungeon can be found anywhere else in the game, not its own dungeon, in the overworld, anywhere. So hopefully this isn't too much of a hard challenge, but we'll just have to wait and see. And of course, let's get into the run. Right, so let's get into the episode. So we start off as she, as we like to call ourselves, and we pick up our first chest, which is a big key, which just shows how this Keysanity works. Big keys, small keys, maps, compasses, they can be anywhere, as well as all our items, so this is going to be a fun one to clear. We make our way through escape before going to Kakariko to get ourselves a couple pieces of cheese. It's a swordless run, so we're currently not rocking anything, but we found one luckily. We then get ourselves a power glove, and also a bottle. As you can see, I'm struggling with the tracker here a bit. It's one of the things I'm not the best at because I don't know, I just keep forgetting to click on things when I find them. So we get those two items before making our way down to Swamp, where we get ourselves the flippers. We go into the Molduga cave, pick up some keys, but nothing major, but is a nice little haul of items. A lot of keys to Ganon's key to Ganon Tower, which isn't good. We pick up the boots from the merchant before we get our master sword. We then make our way to the running game and pick up a piece of cheese from him, getting stuck on him before we go back to Sanctuary after not finding a lot and picking up the Moon Pearl. Go back into the bottom of Hyrule Castle, finding a piece of cheese in the Quake Medallion before finally picking up the lantern in Hyrule Castle. We escort the old man, who gives us another piece of cheese, taking us up to 5 early, which is a nice start. And then of course you've got to go inside and give him a little kiss for full health. Make our way into Eastern Palace, pick up a boomerang, not much. We finally get another upgrade in the gloves up in the waterfall in Zora's before we die. Hopefully there's nothing too major here. Otherwise I'm kind of annoyed, but we make our way into Dark World Kakariko, picking up a piece of cheese, a fire rod, and then from the stump before we go all the way up to the top, where we annoy the catfish by throwing a rock into his pool, but he gives us the hook shot, which is rather nice. Up to Mount Hyrule, we pick up the Ether Medallion and the Magic Mirror in Paradox Cave, and another piece of cheese, taking our total to 7, which isn't a bad little start. But of course, loads of keys for every dungeon, which I've got to keep track of. We do get the cane as well, and then the hammer. We do Hookshot Cave, where we have this situation, which is kind of annoying, but then we give up, get ourselves the hero's bow, and another piece of cheese on the top here. We then make our way to the blacksmith and get a shovel, before making our way into Eastern to get the ice rod. Through there for another piece of cheese in the dark room and the red mail. Getting rather lucky before we go all the way through the rest, missing only one check, but hopefully that doesn't have anything important. And bosses are also randomized. So luckily I had the fire rod, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to take on this guy, and we had a green potion. Because we didn't get any magic drops before, but luckily we do enough, and we just go for some nice sword and spin attacks whilst also getting our asses handed to us by the ice drops. But that's neither here nor there. Luckily, this is the one redeeming factor of the Ice Palace, is this boss is easy as hell. And he only takes a few swings, even with seeing as I've only got the Master Sword and I should probably have the Tempered Sword by now if I was playing the normal game. Or something at least better, or half magic, something to make it a lot quicker. But it's nearly done. We needed to do this because it gets us the green pendant, and we got to do that check because we're already an hour 40 in and we didn't get a lot, but we do get the Bombos medallion from him, which is very useful. Picking up the green pendant, which we can turn into Sashashrala, and pick up our ocarina so we can finally fast travel. We go back to Zora and you'll never guess what was on the ledge. A better sword. We could have had that a long time ago. But we make our way down to desert, pick up another piece of cheese before heading inside, getting a shield. And of course we cheated our way in because we don't have the book, and another piece of cheese. Before we face the one-eyed Moldorm in this dungeon, he forces us into a corner, but he only takes a couple of hits to get rid, which is nice and easy. And we get a piece of heart. You can see how many checks I've done by the fact that I have 11 pieces of cheese and all those hearts. We pick up a bug catcher's net as well. Kind of useful, but we only have one bottle to fill up before we go back into Eastern and get another piece of cheese. Swamp has another one. And then, sorry, Eastern now. That was Dark Palace before, and we get another piece of cheese. We're up to 14, so it's looking like it couldn't be too bad a seed. 2 minutes 30, we got Ice Rod. We're just missing keys to get what we need. So hopefully we'll get some big keys or small keys or just something. Because right now we're missing a lot. The only other location that we can do is probably Skull Woods if we get another small key at some point. But at the moment, we don't have a lot. And this is a nice cheat for this guy. Just swipe your sword. Doesn't matter, he's not going to hit you. Don't need to dodge at all. So pick up a piece of heart and another crystal. We try Swamp Palace. We don't have a key, so I was hoping that the initial chest would be a key. And it wasn't, but it was something better, the Butter Sword, and I will happily take that. Running out of checks, we made our way through all of Hyrule Castle, and you know what? We didn't get anything. We were hoping for keys for another location, but we didn't get them. So we take on good old Aghanim. He's not too bad a boss, he's easy. But when you first face him, God is he annoying. Because you have no clue what you're doing. I remember I died so many times as a kid here because I didn't know you had to hit his balls back. I was trying to hit all the items I got until finally I accidentally hit one and it reflected and hit him. But we do this. He's not too bad of a boss, just a few hits to get him. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter that I've got the Butter Sword because the damage is fixed. Miss a bit of tennis there. Unfortunately, his serve was too good. And he's got a nice obsession with firing those blue ones out that you can't reflect back, which is kind of annoying. But then again, it'd be a bit too easy if he made it so that everything could hit him back. Imagine catching the lightning. That'd be quite a cool animation. But anyway, we got him about one more hit to go, and luckily he gives it to us, and he disappears into death, and we unlock the travel to the pyramid. Not very useful, but we did it. We then go back to Hookshot Cave because we're really struggling for items, use Arcane, and the chest had only a bottle, so it wasn't worth it. But then whilst running down past Ganon's Tower, should have checked this earlier, I only needed 2 crystals to get in. Didn't know that I'd randomised that, I thought it was still set at 7. But that's a good thing because we can go in, check left side as we don't have the cane yet, hoping it's in here, as that's the one thing that's holding us back from quite a lot of checks and crystals. We've done most of them. We do get the cape, so we use that in Cape Cave, don't know what it's actually called, to pick up another piece of cheese. So it's definitely worth going through Ganon's Tower, though I didn't do the boss. We go to Skull Woods, and oh my god, I hate the Grab Masters. They are the most annoying enemy in this game. Floor Masters, Grab Masters, whatever they're called. There's something like that. But the amount of times he picked me up here is unreal. You can see why I'm trying to dodge him and hit him. Just get rid of him. He's caught me too many times. So we pop it on the switch. Luckily he doesn't grab us again that time. I was worried because I was holding the statue he would. And it was all for 300 rupees. But we get another piece of cheese in the next area before we go to the boss, because he's one of the 2 that's needed for the bomb for the pyramid, so hopefully that will have something good. And we get Lamb Molus in here. And with the butter sword, this is probably the easiest boss I've ever faced. He literally takes about 2 hits for each of the worms, which is very nice. Because it means it's nice and easy, just 1 slap, 2 slap, and we can get the last crystal we need for that bomb, which will hopefully, I'm hoping, have a big key. It gives us half magic as well, which isn't a bad little find. Though, even though the floor's not moving, it still seemed to be moving. Don't ask me how that works. But we make our way out, we got our bomb, we put it in front of the pyramid, we watch the big boom happen. It'd be cool if you could actually get a bomb bag so you can store one of them. Imagine using one of those on a boss. But it's money and a compass. Great. 3.5 hours in, we're still struggling. We go back through escape and pick up a red shield. First one. And we're back in Ganon's castle because the only thing I really have left to check here is the chests after this boss. There's only 3, but I didn't want to do it in case it was a hard one and I didn't have the magic for it. And oh my god, I forgot how much I hate this room, but luckily we have ether, so we can just keep moving around very carefully and make our way up through the door. Looking for health here, seeing if it's something half decent. But this boss, I'm hoping it doesn't randomize, because if it did, that would make it incredibly annoying, because this one has ice physics. The only one that wouldn't matter is the Turtle Rock boss, because he already uses ice. It gives us bombs just in case we weren't able to get through the floor. We get ready, we pick up our bow, just in case it is Armos. And unfortunately, it's Helmrock King. Oh my god, what an annoying boss to get covered in ice. He just moves around, no problems at all, trying to hit him on the head with the hammer, give him a bonk, but we keep getting knocked away, taking damage. Luckily, I've got the red mail, so I'm not taking too much damage. But it's adding up, and I can't hit his helmet. Like, come on, Helmrock King, just no. Just stand still. Oh, and now he's using his fireballs. Likes to make things awkward, which slams us into his sprite, so we get hit a couple more times before he keeps doing it, getting us down by about 8 hearts, which is lucky we got all the heart containers so early, because otherwise we would be in a bit of a pickle right now. And the red mail, but luckily we get it all off him, so we start going for sword swipes and arrow hits. But I am so bad at aiming, and trying to do it on ice is annoying as hell, so I just give up, go for the sword because it's the butter sword, and surely we've got to be close to killing him. Just need to get in close, hit him with a few sword swipes, and there's nothing more he can do. Come on, get him. Tried a spin attack, that didn't work. I must be about 1 hit away, and we were. Taking him down. Nice and well, not very easy because we lost over half our health. But he's dead at least. And we remember to go up, because up is where the item is, not left. Left takes you back out, and we struggle to get in the door. But here's a piece of cheese, another big key, and it's these down, one of the ones we need, and another piece of cheese. Thank the Lord. We needed that key so badly because we were out of checks. I did the whole overworld and we had nothing. But we make our way through Thieves Town. We finally have the big key. The downstairs was empty, but upstairs in his attic, in Blind's attic, we have a lovely cane. We open up the boss fight because why not? We do miss our first bomb. But this was such a nice feeling. We'd be gone all over the map looking for something like that. So now we've gone through Misery Mire. That was barren. Ice Palace, barren. Should probably use hints, but that's beside the point. We make our way into Blind's cells, and she was hiding another piece of cheese. So that was 100% worth going for that Ganon's Tower boss. I mean, we didn't have a choice at that point because we did so much of the map, which I've just cut out for you because, oh my god, going through those dungeons is hell. But we have Mothra as the boss here. We decided to defeat it because why not? Because the only place we need to really go now is Turtle Rock to see if it's got anything in there. Either it's got more keys so we can explore a little bit more of the other dungeons to... But realistically, hopefully it just has the piece of cheese we need. Make our way in. And we decide to clear it back to front. Usually I'll go left here, but I can't be asked for the Fire Rod room because it's annoying as hell. Get hit by one of the flame wheels, but that's here nor there. We go into the compass room, and it was a piece of cheese, our final one, so we can make our way to the sage. He teleports us to the Triforce room, and we have done it. Our quest is over. We've beaten the randomizer 349, which shows how much better I am at this game than I was on my first run. Even though I didn't do all the bosses, it would have been a quick cleanup. I could have done that under an hour 10 and beaten the game, I would have said. All that's left missing is silvers. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!